Good morning, students. Welcome to accountancy session by Yash sir. I hope you all are fine at your places. Now, we are here for the topic that is depreciation. Class 11th ka, it is a major topic for all of you, and it is also important for the other sessions, for the other classes, 12th, BBA, BCom and other competitive exams. You have to go with a lots of basic things to understand this depreciation. You all are in class 11 and you must be going through this topic for the very first time. तो आपको पूरी बेसिक नॉलेज और बेसिक डिटेल होनी चाहिए कि ये डेप्रिसिएशन है क्या और ये आया कहाँ से है. So let's start with the thing. Class, we all are aware that the expenses with us are of two types, that is the capital nature expenditure and the revenue nature expenditure. Revenue nature expenses and your capital nature expenses. Is it clear? What do you mean by capital nature and revenue nature expenses? The capital nature expenses are those expenses which provide you the benefits of more than 1 year. More than 1 year. Capital nature expenses are those expenses which provide the benefits of more than 1 year. For an example, purchasing of fixed assets. You have purchased building, machinery, furniture, land and the other things for conducting the business activities, and you have purchased these fixed assets to get the benefit for more than 1 year. These are termed as capital nature expenses. Okay, and revenue nature expenses are those expenses which you have to bear in your daily routine, or you can say, if we talk about the proper explanation, proper definition, then revenue nature expenses are those expenses which provide benefit within 1 year. Such expenses provide you the benefits for within the 1 year. For example, purchase and sales of goods. Purchase of goods is the revenue expenses. Rent paid for your factory, rent paid for your building, office rent, wages paid to the workers, salary paid, carriage, freight inwards, your electricity bills, all those expenses which you have to face in a regular basis and which provide you the benefit only for the single year. Alright class. Now let's move further on these expenses. Your revenue nature expenses will directly record to the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Class, tell me one thing. What is the basic objective of doing the accountancy, or what is the basic objective of doing the accounting? The basic objective of doing accounting is to calculate the profit or loss earned by the businessman. Is it clear? And how can you calculate your profit or loss? By just comparing the expenses and the incomes. Whenever you will going to compare your income and an expense for a particular year, you will arrive with your profit or loss earned during the year. Is it clear? So these revenue expenses as well as your revenue nature incomes will directly record towards your profit and loss account. But the thing is, what about these capital nature expenses? क्या ये खर्चे नहीं है हमारे लिए? We are purchasing building, we are purchasing furniture. है तो ये भी खर्चे. It is of capital nature, but these are expenses also. But these expenses directly record to your balance sheet. Directly record to your balance sheet, which means that such expenses can't go to your profit and loss directly. It shows in the balance sheet part only. Now, what is the process of showing these capital nature expenses in the profit and loss account also? क्योंकि अगर आप खर्चा कर रहे हैं तो उसको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में रिकॉर्ड होना चाहिए, so that you can get the actual profits, you can get the actual financial results of a particular year. Now here comes the depreciation. ध्यान से देखिएगा class. For recording your capital nature expenses on a proportionate basis, for recording the capital expenses on a proportionate basis to the profit and loss, to the profit and loss, the depreciation will arrive. किसके थ्रू करेंगे हम? डेप्रीसिएशन के थ्रू. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल से देखते हैं इसको हम. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, यू हैव परचेज a building is purchased for getting used in the business worth of rupees 10 lakh. 10 lakh, is it clear? Is the cost of the building is rupees 10 lakh, and the life of this building is of 10 years, which means that this 10 lakh expenditure will going to provide the benefit for 10 years. Now what you will do? Does we directly record this 10 lakh expenditure to our profit and loss account? Is it correct? This will be the correct treatment? No. Class, here comes another basic concept, and that is your matching concept. I must assume that you all have gone through this concept. Matching concept says that only those expenses should be recorded in your trading and profit and loss from which you have earned your revenue of a particular year. यानी कि जिस साल के expenses से आपने जिस साल में income record करी है, वो ही expense और वही income आप record करेंगे. Now we have done this particular expense for the 10 years, which means we are going to earn the benefits by this expenditure for coming 10 years. Which means if you want to record this expenditure in your profit and loss, then you have to do this on a proportionate basis. What we'll do is, we just divide this 10 lakh in the 10 years, and we will get the per year expenditure for this capital expenses, and that is of rupees 1 lakh per year. Which means that for recording this building purchase in the profit and loss, you will record it in proportionate basis, and the amount will be of 1 lakh rupees per year. But what will be the name for recording this expenditure? The name is your depreciation. So class, here is the thing जहाँ से आपके पास में depreciation word आया है. Is it clear? Let's have a look for the financial statements also, as well as for the journal entries. Now what will be the journal entries for recording this depreciation amount? Now the very first journal entry will be for purchasing the asset. That is, you have purchased a building. So building is an asset, and the nature of asset will always be debit. If your asset is increasing, then it will be debited. In this transaction also, the asset in the name of building is increasing, so it will get debited. So the entry will be building account debit to bank. We have purchased it through bank, so the amount is rupees 10 lakh. Is it clear? This is the entry for purchasing your asset. Now the journal entry for charging depreciation on this asset. I must assume that you are aware about the term depreciation now. क्या होता है depreciation? कैपिटल नेचर एक्सपेंसेस को प्रोपोर्शनेटली प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में रिकॉर्ड करने का जो पूरा प्रोसेस है, उसी को हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? डेप्रीसिएशन. इज इट क्लियर? एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट इट्स डेफिनेशन, देन द रेगुलर एंड परमानेंट डिक्रीज इन द वैल्यू ऑफ द असेट ड्यू टू इट्स यूजेज इज टर्म्ड एज डेप्रीसिएशन. ये इसकी बेसिक डेफिनेशन है. ओके, नाउ एंट्री फॉर चार्जिंग डेप्रीसिएशन विल बी, डेप्रीसिएशन इज एन एक्सपेंस. Okay, it is an expense. Why? Because you are transferring your capital nature expenditure to the profit and loss in a revenue format, so it is an expense itself. So the entry will be depreciation account debit, depreciation account debit to building. Depreciation is applied on building, and due to which your value of building is decreasing, your asset value is decreasing, so the building is get credited depreciation account debit to building account by the amount of rupees 1 lakh. So in this manner, this capital expenditure will be transferred to your profit and loss account proportionately. Okay, 10 साल के लिए इनकम दे रहा था, 10 साल का बेनिफिट आपको दे रहा था, तो 10 साल तक इस खर्चे को हमें रिकॉर्ड करना है प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में प्रोपोर्शनेट बेसिस पे. 1 लाख रुपीस का अमाउंट आया, हर साल उसको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में चार्ज करेंगे बाय द अमाउंट, बाय द नेम ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन. एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द बैलेंस शीट पार्ट, बैलेंस शीट वेयर दिस असेट इज गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड, वहां पे हर साल आपके पास में इसकी वैल्यू कम होती जाएगी. बिल्डिंग है, बिल्डिंग वॉज फॉर रुपीज 10 लाख, उसमें से आपने अभी डेप्रीसिएशन अपना लेस करा फॉर रुपीज 1 लाख, and now the value of this building will be rupees 9 lakh only in the balance sheet. In this manner your value of asset will get reduced on year basis due to its usage. हम asset को use करते हैं तो उसकी value जो है वो कम होती जाती है. But there is an exception and that is land. We do not apply depreciation on land. Rest all of the fixed asset depreciation will be charged. And if we talk about the methods, then there we are having two different methods. For class 11 we are having two different methods, otherwise there are 8 methods. Okay, but if we talk about the syllabus of class 11, then two different methods you have to follow, and that is straight line method and written down value method. We will be discussing on those methods in our next video. Till then, thank you.